Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player.
And I'm Adam, former indoor player and coach, current beach volleyball coach, and most importantly, Sarah's husband.
Today we're watching season 4, episode 6 of Haikyu called Enhancements. We ended last episode with a little bit of a eye twinkler.
Well, it's like you can't just be nice, so he was cutting him down. When I say he, I mean Kageyama to Hinata.
He was like, you just can't be nice. Yeah.
But at the end, like all things being equal, he was very encouraging and said, you know, you can do whatever you want to do because you fly higher.
You can fly even higher.
Yeah, which I thought was awesome.
So, what?
I was going to say, I'm guessing enhancements means, you know, all of the guys who went to their training camps are going to come back. They're going to have a little pep in their step, maybe learn something new. Hinata definitely did. So, bring the team together. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they set up a practice match against Date Tech. Get to see my boy again.
Yes. Things are moving and shaking. We are a couple weeks out from nationals. So the training camp arc was interesting.
I really liked
fun, cringy, all of the above. And a little taste of some other athletes was exciting too. So let's see, are we gonna see a practice match today? Adam sure hopes so. I wanna see my brother again, I miss him. So let's dive in. Season 4, episode 6 of Haikyu is coming right now.
There you go.
We're just racing.
早すぎんだろ。まあそれはそれでお前ららしいじゃねえか。なあ。影山。でどうだったよユース合宿は。ああそれそれ。どうだった全日本。床が板じゃなかったっす。コートかよ。バレーはどうだったんだよ。全国の猛者どもが集まってたんだろ。はい。みんなうまかったっす。それそれ。そこ詳しく。ひなた。
He thought about it.
逮捕されるからやめたそうです。逮捕？月島。東京に乗り込む気だったんですよ。
He would have been so out of his depth in that camp.
Oh, it would have been disastrous.
月島も合宿で成長したか？はあ。身長伸びたか？親戚か？たった5日で伸びてたまるか？チャンス！ご迷惑おかけしました。どうせお前残ってたって単品じゃ役に立たねえだろ。うっせえなもう！何回も言われなくても分かってます。何回もなんて言ってねえだろ。月、なんか背伸びた？うるさい。
Gee, it's the same person.
ここ数日静かだったな。そうだな。喧嘩から平和を感じる。
The gang is back together, everybody.
Some things never change. Gotta have the same interactions, gotta say the same things, gotta make it feel like home.
In case you thought that you were something special, we're here to remind you that you're not.
I don't care what camps you went to, you're still rookies.
Welcome back!
鵜飼さんが毎回コースを狙ったり確認したりしながら打ちなさいって。ネット上のどこをどう通ったらどこに落ちるとか。
おお。70%。
Oh, a new movement. Oh, dropper! Ooh, floaty.
西野谷君が取れないとは。
西野谷はオーバーが苦手だからな。
では今まで通り得意なアンダーで取ればいいのでは。
ジャンプフローターは変化が武器のサーブ。いつもより前で構えてオーバーで捕まえるのが確実な方法だ。
You're not wrong.
より強力なジャンフロの使い手と戦う可能性は当然あるからな。手段を増やしておくに越したことはないよ。
木下サーブいいじゃん。ダメ。成田は。俺はフローターで確実に行くよ。俺はアウト。山口も気合入ってんな。手応えいまいち。アウトか。
Everybody notices, like, wow, he actually could track the ball, and he's just like, doo-doo-doo.
Knocked me over, not a good pass, hit the floor, but yeah, okay. I mean, you gotta love his enthusiasm for just getting better. And you know he kind of wanted to receive Kageyama's serve just to be like, I got better, see?
Well, remember the very first episode? Or
Yes.
the second episode
Yes.
where he served him and he got hit in the face right away, and then it hit the principal's toupee.
So this is a little bit of improvement. He moved and had his platform on it.
Exactly. I have personally never done the 9-zone tape serving, but we have done the attach an elastic band to the 2 antennas and try to make the serve go under the band.
The university team I coached, we got a tarp that was 9 meters wide, and we cut out the zones that we would want the servers to hit. So like kind of you'd have a spike in between the passers and then a meter behind the court, and then we would lay the tarp out on the court for just serving practice, and you would try and hit the tarp. It was a lot of work, but it was pretty effective.
Everybody has made some tweaks. Kinoshita coming out of nowhere. We haven't even seen this guy at any time, and now he's doing a jump float.
And yet everybody seemed to pick him for pinch server in the draft.
Kinoshita?
Yeah, somebody did, I think.
No.
No? Oh. Never mind.
Adam's back on track with the names, as usual.
I thought somebody...
No.
Okay.
ひなたってたまにすごく神がかった動きをすることがあるけど、今のはなんだか普通にやってるって感じだ。
That one wasn't by accident.
お疲れ。夜中雪だって。マジか。おい影山。もっと飛べるってなんだよ。
He's like, do I want to be nice?
ちょっとオープン打て。
合宿で疲れてんだろ。オーバーワーク厳禁。
ちょっとだけっす。
ちょっとだけだぞ。
うっす。お前のジャンプはぴょぴょんなんだよ。はい。でもすげえジャンプはドンだ。 お前は基本ちょろちょろすんのが仕事だから。言い方なんつうかこうピョピョーンって勢いで飛ぶだろ。いつもだけど擬音の残念さがすごい。
That's Hinata's thing.
それで十分飛んでるし、試合中はそれで精一杯かもしれない。でもお前ならまだ飛べる。お前いつもジャンプの時どこに
He was taking notes.
怒ってよ。
On your toes, probably.
足以外どこがんだボケ。具体的に意識したことねえもん。
Heel toe, baby.
意識してなくても高く飛べてましたってかクソが。なんで俺怒られてんの。高く安定したジャンプは空中での余裕に直結する。そんでそういうジャンプは床を蹴る音がすんだよ。
あいつら本当にちょっとだけで済むかな。今にも雪降りそうだし。
あいつらのちょっとだけを信じるのか、大地。
あれ日向と影山は。
あとちょっとだって。
すっげえな。
何が？
合宿行って触発されんのはわかるけど、俺なら一息つきてえわ。どんだけバレエ好きだよ。
でも影山帰ってきてから小難しい顔してる気がすんの。気のせいかな。
He's always had a scowl.
もう一回。
He went for the top knot again in season 4.
やっぱすげえ。ここしかないって高さと位置。それが毎回ブレない。やっぱこいつうめえんだな。ほらジャンプが流れてる。もっとポスチューに体重乗せんだよ。意識すんのとしないのとじゃ大違いだぞ。意識に体重その勢いは。うめえ。帰れ。
Jump off the balls of your feet?
I mean, that's kind of how you end up.
I'm trying to visualize it.
So, tell me, this is generally how I teach it. You want to go like from your heel to your toe to spring off. So you plant and then go heel toe as you explode up, and that helps you not drift. Whereas he's probably coming in and bouncing off his toes.
Like getting mid-air like an April Ross beach approach.
Kind of.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Heel toe makes sense to me. Like I can visualize that.
Because think about when you come into your approach, you kind of have that long extended step, so your heel comes down first with your lead foot, and then your other foot comes in here, and then you rock and jump off your toes. That's how I generally teach kids. So maybe balls the feet, they just missed the first part. So you end up on the balls coming off, but
Yeah.
it was interesting. But to his point, there is definitely a difference between good jump mechanics and bad jump mechanics, and being stable on the floor and not drifting.
But indoor, you need to drift a little bit.
You definitely need to drift a little bit, but not as much as Hinata drifts. And it's true, he's quick and then off the floor, quick and then off the floor. Instead of, you watch really good jumpers, they come in on that kind of straight line and change that forward momentum into vertical better than Hinata would. But it was interesting that they're talking about that. I think it's very astute.
Kageyama taking notes for his team, not just himself.
I need a reference. Smart.
Nice kick!
どうかした？あ、いえ。なんだか合宿から帰ってきてから日向がたまにすごく静かになるなって。
He's finally watching.
Yes.
なんか月島、小金川がセッターの時の方が高いところから打ってた気がする。 ちゃんと飛んでますけど。
そっか？じゃあ気のせいかな。
Make him go get it, baby.
That's right.
Like that Atsumu said at the training camp, even though I hated that he called him that.
僕は聞いたけど、なんつうか、どうだった？何か悩み事とか。
No, they're very good and I want to win nationals.
ナイス。
そう。
お利口さんってどういう意味だと思いますか？
お前が言われたのか。
はい。ユースの他のセッターに。
さすがユース、なかなかのクセ者が嫌がるな。スパイカーが打ちやすい以上に最高のトスはない。うちのジジイに散々言われたことだ。実際それに尽きると思うし、そこだけは迷う必要はねえよ。
What do you think he meant by that?
What part?
Don't hesitate. Like, is he picking up that Kageyama's in his own head a little bit? I didn't really get an answer from that conversation. Or can't you?
Well, there's nothing better than a ball that's easy to hit.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of, I feel like it's combining, because Oikawa said give the hitters what they want.
Yeah.
But then Atsumu, the setter at the camp, was like, I make my hitters better because I give them, you know what, like,
Yeah.
so it's like kind of two different trains of thought, like, and what I'm gathering is that Atsumu thinks that he makes his hitters better.
By kind of pushing them out of their comfort zone a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's like kind of tying into what Hinata said about like you were hitting higher when Koganagawa was setting you. And so here, now I think Kageyama's having a little bit of an issue because he's like, wait, but I was giving him the ball that I thought he wanted because remember in that one game he was like, don't hesitate, I'm getting off the ground and I know what I'm doing, so then he could move the ball around. So now he's giving him those balls, but if he's capable of hitting higher, why shouldn't he push him to hit higher?
Alright, I was just curious how that all tied together because it seemed like it was two different things, but okay, that makes sense.
Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know.
No, that makes sense.
もうそろそろ着く頃だな。
浅井さん、もうビビってないでしょうね。
最高の相手っすよ。試したいこともあるし。
The growth.
The iron wall is here. What's with the beetle in the middle?
Oh my god, seriously. That is shaggy hair. I see them as great opponents, and before he was terrified of them. It's great. I thought he was okay.
Nothing better than taking a piece of the champs.
練習試合だからって気抜くなよ。ウィス、もちろんす。
月島、小金川がセッターの時の方が高いとこから打ってた気がする。
Oh man, he's really going through it. Overthinking everything, and everything's a competition.
伊達校のブロックは間違いなく県内トップ。全国でも確実に通用するブロックだ。春高予選以降、さらにレベルを上げてるって聞く。実際、 同じレベルのブロックを作り上げるには到底時間が足りない。いいか、この半年でさらに磨きがかかった伊達校のブロック、その壁になれろ。全国でそういうブロックが立ちはだかった時、うろたえないように。
Ooh, official. The setter is taller than Oni. Wow, this is like a video game.
Yeah, I kind of like this.
These are like the glamour shots.
Yeah, they're going to nationals.
Ooh, bunch blocking.
Not the start you want. The coach is loving this.
1枚の速いバックアタック。日向君のおとりもあるのに。ブロックほぼ3枚。ブロック全員反応速い。
You want to explain the bunch block?
I did it on my first watch. Go for it.
I mean, you really have to pay attention and know what's happening, but basically all of your blockers kind of squish into the middle to start, and from there you react to what the set is and where you want to put your block up. So all of the blockers are responsible primarily for 2 hitters, and you work together unless it's at a system, in which case you go 3. It's impressive that they got 3 blockers on an in-system pass on the right side.
Wasn't it a back row attack?
Oh, was he back row? I thought he was.
They just said we never have 3
Oh, I
blockers
missed
on our
that.
back
Got
row
it.
attacks,
Okay.
and he thought it was a decoy.
Fair enough.
Unless maybe he was front row.
I just for some reason assumed he was front row. No, okay, then 3 on that makes sense.
Like at the higher levels, you can't leave hitters one-on-one.
No.
So there needs to be at least 2 blockers on everybody. And for a middle attacker who is very active, it makes sense to bring your outside blockers in to like defend that, especially if there's a slower attack going to the outside, because then you have time to get there.
Yeah. It's really impressive to see it at a high school level. I don't think, at least when I played, it's probably different in Japan given the level that they play
And
at
the
and the
combinations
combinations
they
that they run, but it would be the first time they've seen this, so
Yeah.
and Kageyama as a setter is going to have to work to find his hitters better matchups.
Also, the way to counteract something like that is to either double up on one set of blockers to run the other way, or speed up your outside attack. There are definitely ways to counteract it. We'll see if they get there.
How quickly they figure it out.
白鳥沢戦の月島のように、いいブロックはスパイカーだけでなくセッターに相当なストレスを与える。影山にとっては白鳥沢戦よりきつい試合になるかも。
やったっすね。挑発上等。は？ブロック3枚。影山は一発目、あの高い3枚壁の上をあえてぶち抜きたかったんだろうね。ずぶといやつ。でも気をてらいすぎたのかな。絶対もっと日向に食いついてくると思ったのに。伊達校のブロックの飛び方はリードブロック。トスが上がるのを見てから飛ぶ方法でしたね。そして陣形はバンチシフトでしたか。
ああ、バンチってのは束の意味。バンチシフトってのは真ん中にブロッカーが集まって構え、 相手のどの攻撃にもできる
That's a really, really tight lunge.
ただし真ん中に寄ってる分サイドからの速い攻撃への対応が難しい。ちなみに俺たちや今までの相手は基本的にスプレッドシフト。スプレッドは広がるって意味で、ブロッカーがそれぞれ広がって構えるシフトだ。真ん中の速い攻撃には弱いが、
Look at us, it's like we know what we're talking about.
確実に1枚はつける。
スプレッドシフトの方が効率のいい陣形に思えますが。
No, you play probabilities here, people. Deduction.
That's why you prep.
確かにな。でも鍛錬されたバンチリードは怖えぞ。あらゆる攻撃に対して常に複数の壁を形成することを目的とする。
I love that visual.
バンチリードブロック。
一発目から触られた。しかも2人ついてきた。
束で来られることのプレッシャーは半端じゃねえよ。
Truth. I love the smirk from Kageyama. He was thinking about it, and he may have been a little arrogant at the beginning, but he is looking forward to the challenge. And you've got to love that. I would say particularly in a setter.
Oh yeah. This is when we need to see the offensive level ups because Hinata was closing his eyes at the beginning of the series, and then he was able to see the block, but he usually only faces one block unless he's like out at the behind the setter. So now he has advanced past hitting against one block to 2.
Time for the enhancements.
Sure. Like pants?
That's what I thought.
相変わらずのボール下への移動の速さ。
Big block.
A tooth smile, he's serious.
Did he get a hand on it?
No.
縦高ブロックかっけえ。横移動早っ。2枚きっちり揃ってるし。すいません。打ちやすかったこと？
今俺はライトからの攻撃を最善と思ったか。選択が正しかったかどうかは別問題だ。今確かにプレッシャーに抑えた。ほんの少しだとしても俺は今伊達公のブロックに真ん中以外を選ばされた。素人目にもやはり伊達公のブロックは怖いですね。
ブロッカーとセッターの戦いは攻撃の瞬間以外ずっと続いている。プレッシャーの掛け合いと駆け引き。
And that's why a disciplined block defense is so important because Hinata scored the point, but there was a double block up in front of him. So even though the block didn't get the point, their presence and their discipline affected the next play. So it's like, it's not always about scoring the point. It's about like more than that. And like they're saying, the pressure you create on the other team to be that much better.
You play defense for 20 to 25, and you wear setters down, hitters down to make them think they've got to do something just a little bit extra. Like that's when you win. And we're starting to see real volleyball here when you're prepping and talking and strategizing and the players are good enough. This is exciting.
No. Gross. Unconventional.
Ooh.
I forget what he
PTSD.
wanted to work on or try.
Go.
That is a short tip. See, I don't think there's a problem with that.
Not at all. Or is that... Oh, I guess people don't
Well,
like
no,
that.
based on his reaction, Noya's reaction, and everybody's reaction, it's kind of like, how dare you say that? Like, why would he say that? But it's like, I'm sorry, part of your job as a libero or a back row player is to always be aware of where every hitter is and give them a clear path to approach. Great dig, don't get me wrong, great up, but get out of the way.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but your dig is no good if we can't score off of it. And you've got to be able to hit it. And if that's the option you need to run, do a double rolling thunder and roll off the court. Like,
But I think the thing, like, Kageyama's in the front row. So we've got Daichi in the back row. He does not hit back row. We've got a middle, Tanaka, and then Asahi in the back row. So, like, technically, Kageyama could set Tanaka, but, like, with one option against a blocking team like that, he's going to have 3 blockers on him.
correct.
So it's like there needs to be more than one option, and we weren't given a view of like how close or far from the net that dig was to be able to set the middle. It's Kageyama, so any distance is fine. But yeah, totally fine, I think.
You're communicating on the court to win the point. Period. That's the goal. Like, great job. And again, was it a great dig? Yes, but your job is to dig. So you do your job and then you let other people do their
How
job.
else is he supposed to say it?
Yeah.
Move? I feel like yelling move is worse.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think twice about that.
The reactions of everybody were a little like taken aback. So it's like, what's the deal?
I mean, Kageyama is always intense, so there's a little bit of maybe sharpness to the way he communicates. But
It's the words coming out of his mouth, not the way he says them.
yeah, you can't say, "Hey, great dig, now move."
Exactly.
Like, there's just not time.
Hey Noya, that rolling thunder was top notch. A+.
Move.
Please get out of the way. It's like, no, when you're in the heat of the moment, it's just like you say what needs to be said because time is limited.
Yeah. No, I didn't have any problem.
Good takeaways from that episode.
Yeah, again, a little bit of a slower episode, but a lot of higher level volleyball knowledge. New blocking style, talking about jump technique, talking about applying pressure throughout a match. Like, all of those things are very legitimate volleyball volleyball IQ things you have to pay attention to.
The Haikyu viewers are becoming professionals at this point. So we
Absolutely.
gotta keep everybody challenged.
Well, and you're going to see a whole bunch of these techniques and things being applied at nationals. So this is actually a really good way to show, hey, the coach is thinking about them, the team is working on them. So when they start to pull some of these things out at nationals,
Yeah.
you're not sitting there going,
Where the
no team, people like you and I would be sitting here going, nah, it's not realistic. So,
Oh man.
no, it was fun. It was good. I hope we get to see more of the match next episode.
Because we love Date Tech.
Yes.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway is that Koganigawa is taller than Aoni.
That is a massive front line.
I'm stumped. I'm so
massive
like
front line.
rattled by that. How did I not know that?
And who's playing on the left for them then?
Furukuchi.
And how big is Foodie?
It said the height, but I didn't
Oh,
look.
okay.
Great episode, as always.
That was a fun one.
Let us know what you're thinking. We are very excited to see what you have to say in the comments below. And as always, we'd be so happy if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Haikyu coming next week. Thanks, guys.